You, the one whose closest friends went strangely quiet the moment you started changing, wondering ever since what you did wrong. Yesterday, we watched a nation live all 7 Hermetic laws to win a World Cup. And today, we take one law alone. The law deciding whether the people now against you can actually touch you. Maybe it started small. A friend who stopped replying. A relative who suddenly had an opinion about everything you do. A room that felt colder than it used to feel around you. And modern manifestation tells you to protect your energy, then leaves you guessing what that even means, or whether it truly works at all. You did nothing wrong. You simply changed the room by walking into it differently than before, and some people cannot forgive you for that, no matter how gently you tried to soften the change. This is not bad luck, it is a law, and until today, nobody has ever actually taught you how it works. Before we go any further, run a quick check on yourself, right now. 3 simple questions, and answer honestly in your own mind as we move through each one together. This is not a vague guess about your life. This is a diagnosis, and it starts with what has already been quietly happening around you. Question 1. Have the people you were once close to gone strangely quiet since you started changing your habits, your mindset, or your direction, even a little, even without any real explanation offered? If the answer is yes, keep listening, because that silence is data about a law already in motion, not proof of rejection. Question 2. Has criticism started arriving from people who never once had an opinion about you before, appearing almost the exact moment you began to visibly rise? That is the principle of cause and effect, working precisely as it was always designed to work, whether you understand the mechanism behind it yet or not. Question 3. Do you sometimes feel like you have simply become too much for the room you used to fit comfortably into? Too visible now? Too different? Too obviously changed? If you checked even one of these 3 signs, you are not broken, you are not cursed, you are only becoming visible. Before this ends, you will know exactly why the people around you turned cold the moment you began to rise above where they expected you to stay, and you will know the one law, hiding in plain sight, that decides whether their coldness can ever actually reach you and settle inside you again. Stay with me, because this changes how you see every single person who has ever turned their back on you. Starting today, starting with the very next moment someone's silence or someone's criticism tries once more to convince you that something is wrong with who you are quietly becoming. The Hermeticists taught that nothing in this universe happens purely by chance, that chance is only the name we give to a law we have not yet learned to see clearly for what it is, and the coldness now surrounding you is no exception to that ancient, unbroken rule of cause moving into effect. This is the principle of cause and effect. Every effect has a cause behind it somewhere. Every cause produces an effect further down the line, and nothing in this entire universe escapes that chain. Not even the very specific way people react the instant you begin, quietly or loudly, to change. Here is exactly what that means for you personally, in your own life right now. Your growth was the cause, their distance is only the effect, and you did not lose these people by accident. You disturbed a pattern inside them that they were simply not ready or willing to release just yet. There is a part of your brain built precisely for a moment like this one. The prefrontal cortex, the seat of what scientists call your locus of control. And you can think of it simply as the steering wheel sitting quietly behind your forehead, waiting patiently for you to actually use it on purpose. Modern manifestation tells you to protect your energy and then stops right there, leaving you with a nice slogan and absolutely no mechanism behind it. The Hermetic system tells you why and exactly how. You are not a victim of their reaction. You are the author of the cause that produced it. Read that sentence again. Now, the second law working quietly underneath all of this, the principle of vibration. Everything moves. Nothing in this universe truly rests. And every mind, every mood, every room you happen to walk into carries its own particular frequency, whether or not you consciously feel it happening around you in the moment. Vibration is what explains why their coldness never has to become your coldness, why criticism aimed directly at you does not automatically have to land inside you. What does not match your frequency simply has no way to attach itself to you, unless you choose, consciously, to lower yourself to meet it there. Picture a radio tuned precisely to 101.5. It never once picks up the static, drifting from 88.1, and that is not because it is fighting that other station somewhere in the air. It is because it was simply never tuned to receive that frequency to begin with, and neither truly are you. Here is your practical tool for today, something you can actually use. Before you react to criticism, silence, or distance from someone you love, pause for one breath and ask yourself a single honest question. Am I about to match their frequency right now, or am I going to hold steady in mine, no matter what? We are halfway through this teaching, so stay with me a little longer, because what comes next is the part almost nobody ever actually learns. The exact moment vibration quietly decides whether someone else's energy is even allowed to reach you at all. Today, tomorrow, or on any day that follows this one. Now let us put all of this to work, together, right now. Come into this with me, and let every word of it become something real inside you, starting in the very next scene. Come into stillness with me for just a moment. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow all the way down, and know that whatever happened today, whatever face turned cold toward you this week, none of it needs your reaction in this exact second. Not yet, not now, not while we are here together. You are not here to defend yourself to anyone who is not even in the room with you. You are here to remember what you already are, an individualized portion of the mind of the All, the very same mind that holds entire galaxies in place without the smallest trace of visible effort or strain. Feel that truth settle slowly into your chest, not as a hope you are quietly borrowing, but as a fact you had simply forgotten how to use in your own daily life. This mind living inside you creates causes. It was never built only to sit still and quietly absorb other people's effects. Release the belief that their opposition means something is fundamentally wrong with you, because that belief was borrowed, never earned, and you did not even choose it for yourself. You inherited it from every voice that ever told you, gently or otherwise, to make yourself smaller and easier to be around. Release the old habit of checking their face before you trust your own decision. about your own life. The constant scanning for approval that quietly kept you small enough to remain comfortable for people who were, honestly, never going to grow alongside you in the first place, no matter how patient you tried to be. Let it dissolve now, completely, the way starlight quietly dissolves into the very first light of dawn without any visible struggle at all. You are not required to keep carrying a frequency that was never truly yours to begin with, borrowed years ago from rooms you have already, rightfully, outgrown by now. Feel this clearly in your own identity, right down in your chest. You are not the reflection of their discomfort. You are the cause they are actively reacting to. And a cause is never, under any circumstance, required to apologize for the effect it happens to produce somewhere further down the line. Know this and hold it firmly in your mind. Every single time you chose growth over comfort, you set an entirely new cause into motion in the world. And their reaction, however cold it felt in that moment, is simply proof that the cause was real, never proof that you did something wrong. Hold this quietly in mind, and let it settle there. Your worth was never, at any point in your life, up for their vote. It was decided the instant the all individualized itself as you, uniquely and completely, and no opinion coming from outside of you has the power to undo that ancient decision. Bring this directly into your work, into the exact place you spend most of your waking hours. The coworker who grew distant the exact moment you started performing better. The manager who suddenly began scrutinizing what used to pass completely unnoticed. These reactions are effects of your rising, never verdicts on your worth. You are not imagining any of this happening around you. And you are not doing anything wrong simply by rising higher than before. Cause and effect does not pause to ask anyone's permission before it moves. It simply moves. The very instant a new cause is quietly set into motion by you. Know this clearly, and let it steady you at work today. Your competence is the cause. Their competitiveness is only the effect, and you are not responsible for managing a reaction you never chose to trigger in the first place. You are only responsible for staying tuned to your own frequency while it plays out. Let this sink in. Bring this closer now, into the relationships that hurt the most of all. The family member who suddenly has an opinion about every choice you make. The friend who went quiet without a single word of explanation. These particular wounds cut deeper simply because you once expected real, unconditional safety to live there. Feel this fully, without flinching away from it. Their closeness to you was never actual proof they would match your next chapter of growth. Some people were only ever tuned to the frequency you are now quietly leaving behind, and that quiet distance is not, in any real way, a failure on your part. Hold this steady, and let it settle into something you actually believe. You can love someone completely, fully, without reservation, and still refuse to lower your own frequency just to keep their comfort intact, because love, real love, was never supposed to require your shrinking in order to remain worthy of it. Bring this into your purpose now, into the work only you can do. The moment you started speaking up, building something real, creating or simply becoming visible in a way you never had before, criticism arrived from directions you never once expected it to come from. And none of that was ever a coincidence. Know this clearly, and carry it with you into every room from here on. Visibility always produces friction, because cause and effect guarantees that outcome without exception, and vibration alone determines exactly how much of that friction is ever allowed to actually land and settle somewhere deep inside you, today or any day. Feel this quietly, and let it soften something in you. The people criticizing your purpose the loudest are very often the ones most disturbed by watching you calmly become the cause they never once allowed themselves the courage to become, in their own life, on their own terms, in their own time. Let that settle. Now hold both laws together, fully, at exactly the same time, in the same breath. You are the cause, never the victim, and you are the frequency, never the static desperately trying to reach it, and nothing outside of you gets to decide which one you actually become today or any day after this. I release the belief that opposition means I am wrong. I release the exhausting habit of shrinking just to be tolerated by people who were never going to stay anyway, and I keep only the frequency that truly matches who I am becoming, nothing less than that, starting today and continuing on, ever again. I am the cause, their reaction is only the effect, I am the frequency, their noise is only static, and static by its very nature was never built to reach a station that has quietly, firmly, permanently refused to tune itself down just to meet it halfway. Feel the shift happening in you right now, quietly, the way dawn arrives without ever once asking the night for permission first. You are no longer waiting for their approval, and if you are honest with yourself, right here, you never actually needed it in the first place. Not really, not ever. Know this completely, all the way through, without any doubt left in you. Every person who turned cold, every friend who grew quietly distant, every critic who appeared the exact moment you began to rise, they were all reacting to a cause you set in motion, and you were never once the effect. Hold this as your new steady center, the place you return to from now on. You did not lose them, not really. You simply stopped matching a frequency that was never built to hold the size of the life you are creating for yourself now, in this exact chapter, on your own terms. In just a moment, you are going to speak this out loud if you can, right where you are sitting or standing, so that your own voice becomes the cause, and your life, from this point forward, becomes the effect that quietly, steadily, faithfully follows right behind it, day after day. Say this with me, out loud if you can, right now, wherever you are. I am an individualized portion of the mind of the All, and nothing about that truth requires anyone else's permission or approval to remain completely, permanently, unshakably true today and every day that follows. Say this with me. Nothing reaches me by accident, only by law, and only ever by my own consent, which means I decide every single time, without exception, whether something distant or cold is even allowed to come near me at all, in my mind or in my life. Say this with me. Their resistance is the effect. My rising was the cause, and I do not apologize for the cause. Not today, not tomorrow, not for the rest of this life I am quietly, deliberately, faithfully building for myself, one honest choice at a time. Say this with me. I am tuned to my own frequency, and what does not match it simply cannot land in me. no matter how loudly it arrives at my door, no matter how familiar or how close to home that old, worn-out static might sound to me. Say this with me. Opposition confirms my movement. It does not define my worth, and I will keep choosing movement, again and again, over the comfort of staying small enough for rooms and people I have already, rightfully, and permanently outgrown along the way. Say this with me, one final time, and mean it completely, with your whole chest. I am the cause. My life is the effect. I choose the cause today, and I choose it fully as an individualized portion of the mind of the all, now and always. They were never punishing you. They were reacting to a cause you set the moment you stopped shrinking. Type "I am" in the comments below right now and inscribe this cause into your day. Share this with someone ready to remember who they are and subscribe, because a new law, a new key arrives here every day. You were never separate from the mind that made all things. You are its cause, quietly walking. The all is mind, and so unshaken, still and completely certain of who you are you.